This is about a dead legless possum that I found on my way home. Alright, I was walking home from the Checkers, and I'm like walking on this side street, and there's like this area, it's about a whole block of just like fucked up bushes and stuff. And I'm walking, I got my bag of food and I'm walking, and then I see a bunch of flies, and I'm like, fucking flies, you know, whatever. And I'm walking and I almost step on something, I step back and I'm like, oh fuck, it's a fucking dead possum. This thing was dead, and it was like, ah. It had this look on its face, it was serious as hell. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like holding the thing and I'm trying not to touch it or whatever, and I'm looking and there's like one leg missing and it's like covered in maggots and it's all fucked up and awful and it's like garbage around and it's terrible looking. So I immediately took out my sidekick and I took pictures of it. I took 2 pictures of this dead possum. At first I thought it was like some fucked up rat, but then I seen the tail and the teeth and I was like, nah, it's a possum. So I take a picture and I'm thinking to myself, don't get too close because you know I want to get my food all shady. So I take the picture and I'm like, okay. And I get back up and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm not like one of them really freaked out screaming bitches, because I would have dropped my food on the floor and I would have been pissed because it would have fell in maggots and like possum dead guts and shit. And so I come home and like the first thing I do is I'm like telling everybody, you want to see this dead possum that I found on the way home? And I started emailing the picture to everybody, and my mother's like, get this shit away from me, I'm trying to eat. And you know, this took place like 3 months ago, and she finally saw that picture for the first time like last week, and I find that absolutely hilarious.